this, Jose? Desert Rose. I used to have. I tried so hard, but I have no sun. Oh, look at the cactuses. Oh. This one? Look at that. Is there a rare cactus market? I'm sure there is. And then what are you growing over here? Mint. Mint? Ooh. So this is like your garden. This is like your... These are tomatoes? These are all your herbs. Who's the puppy you're about to step on? Cuco?
He's blind.
Cuco. He's blind?
Yeah. He's like 14.
How many fingers am I holding up? Oh, hi, baby. You disgust me. This is adorable. This is so cute. I want to eat it. Who gave you the right to cook all this delicious food?
My mom.
I wouldn't even know how to turn this grill on. And I almost called it an oven. That's how bad it is. I had to correct myself. Yeah. All right, so here is the grow tent that has been neglected for quite a bit. I tend to get into a little bit of a lull the second half of the summer. It gets really hot. I usually get kind of jaded. I usually buy a lot of plants in April, May, and beginning of June. And then I kind of just maintain through July and August and stuff. So this is kind of the point every year that comes around where I'm just like, and I'm like, oh geez, I forgot to water you. So yeah, I am taking all the stuff out of my grow tent and I'm going to be doing some cleaning. Yeah, because that needs to happen every so often. And here are all the plants in here. This is essentially the overflow. So yeah, these are things that I plan on selling or growing out, you know, like seedlings that we have here. These are Phytarifolium. This is a stump, a very rooted stump to a Varicosum Amazon Sunset. I have my last seed grown brownie here that I'm gonna sell. I have two more that are like giant. Oh, here's a prop of my Squamical blushing. It looks pretty shitty now because it was getting blasted with light, but the ones in cabinet look quite fabulous. We have this giant bottom cutting that has turned into two growth points right there and there. This is Majestic, so Soderoy and Varicosum. You can see by the blush back right there. Beautiful plant. But yeah, these leaves are old, so it looks kind of eh. So I'm waiting for like this to come out, and I'll probably air layer this because I want to give this to my friend Jenna, but I don't want to give her, she doesn't want like a giant plant. She wants like a nice pretty petite little plant. So yeah, I'll probably just sell the bottom once I get that. This is my crystallinum. I bought as a crystallinum, as a crystallinum type. I did a whole video on how I propagated this guy, so if you're into them propagation videos or you want to know how to propagate your anthuriums, go check that video. I'll leave a link for it in the comments or the description. Anyway, if I can remember. Yeah, this is the newest leaf. It got a little bit attacked by, I think, spider mites right there. But yeah, nice big fat leaf. Really nice veins. I cut those off because they got kind of crispy. Again, these are old leaves. This is kind of a slow grower. This particular prop, I have a smaller version of this in the cabinet, so that's why I'm gonna sell this off, because I still have this, but it's in like a smaller form. But yeah, really, really nice veins. Yeah, this one's just a little bit cumbersome, and not the prettiest at the moment. Same with this guy. This is Ace of Spades, again, the mother plant. I have another plant, another prop of this plant that looks quite nice. Looks very nice. This one, not so much. But, you know, because I forget to water it, and and then it fell, and a leaf fell off, or, you know, it's a whole thing. Here's like a Vanda orchid that I might throw out, I don't know. Oh, this is my Burley Marks that I chopped all the way down to a stump and sold off all the cuttings and made some money. So now I have that, and I might even chop it again or maybe sell this. I don't know. Because now I have some of this in my cabinet, which is great. I have so much stuff in my cabinet now. I don't have to like take care of all these individual plants. Everything's just in my cabinet now. Like half my collection, which is great. And I have one left here that's rooted. So I'll probably sell this pretty soon. I'll sell it like ASAP because I gotta get out of here. And here's a plant that Jenna gave me, aka First Floor Foliage. And it's got a new leaf coming in. It was like a very, very silvery crystallinum, like one of those silver hopes or crystal hopes, something like that. Kind of like this guy, I think. This I got from Jose 1.0. I traded this with Jose 1.0 and I gave him back Jose 2.0. Jose 2.0 and Jose 1.0 have reunited. But yeah, I forgot to water it and the new leaf came in, but it just aborted. So I'm gonna try again. That's why it looks like crap. This is a really handsome boy. This is Mr. Triangle. Little prop of Mr. Triangle that I'm going to sell. I'm probably gonna auction him to see what the demand is, see how much money I can get, because people love that weird stuff. People love the Delta Force looking stuff, and that's what he grows into. So yeah, and then I got this Forgetti Eye here. I have a Varicosum, kind of sun bleach there. I have a stump that I regrew of Warquianum Esmeralda. A stump of a Bessie. This right here is from Dharma Gardens. This is the Warquianum Esmeralda crossed with Pallidiflorum. Look at that, it's a white leaf, but like kind of green. That's kind of interesting. So we'll just have to see what he grows into. These two guys are just potted together and they seem to be rooting pretty well. These are just little Phalaenopsis that I got from the flower district. They have like some patterning on them, see that? So, oh, somebody told me what the hybrid of this most likely was. I forgot. Very lightly scented. You almost can't smell it, so it might as well not be there. But like sometimes, like early in the morning, I was able to smell it. So I'll probably hold on to him. And then these two Vandas here. So yeah, those are, oh, and then this guy. Okay, so don't be sad if you recognize him. This is my giant Atabapoense, and I forgot to water it because he was so good at going dry that I really took advantage of that, and I would wait like a month to water him. So I waited just a little bit too long, waited just, you know, a few weeks too long, and he got kind of root rotty because his roots dried out, and then his root system, it dried up, and then I watered it, and then I got root rot and died back. So I'm re-rooting him, and he is rooting in there. You can't really see, but he does have some white roots in there. So he'll come back. He'll come back, and he hasn't really lost his top canopy here, so he'll be his big bushy self in time. Probably by like, you know, the end of winter, he'll be back in a pot. Or actually, probably the beginning of winter. These things root pretty fast. What am I talking about? So yeah, that's pretty much, that's the gang that's not pretty enough to be in the main showroom. No offense, guys, but you know, you're in the grow tent for a reason. All you misfits, you poor unfortunate souls. Can't see nothing. Is that any better? Not really. Would it be better if I was like back here? Can you see me? Yeah, not really. What if I just tilted this to me? Holy shit, that's hot! So now, I'm going to time-lapse cleaning this grow tent. I feel like I have to do this every 3 months or so, just because, you know, little strands of sphagnum moss and little balls of leca find their way in here and make a little messy mess. So I'm going to clean all this up so I can put all of my plants back in here, because they're taking up space in my kitchen and I can't do anything in there right now. So better do it now and not put it off any longer. Yeah, I've had this thing in here that I can put a top over. It's just a spare aquarium so that I can put things in here where they can stay in high humidity. I don't have to water them as often. So yeah, like little seedlings and things that would dry out too quickly, just out in the open. All right, let's put some stuff back in here. I have the bottom cut of this majestic. As you can see, it's looking a little less majestic. You know, that's kind of what happens when you propagate a plant. The leaves tend to get the nutrients sucked out of them, and it goes back into the stem to regrow a new growth point or to re-establish its root system or something. So he's kind of awkward. He's got such a big wingspan. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I have a whole bunch of containers here of my Anthurium seedlings that you can't even see. And I put them right there, you can kind of see. So yeah, I might have to ditch the aquarium and kind of do some reorganizing. But I think we got it. Everything's looking all nice and orderly again. Okay guys, now I am going to be repotting this monster of an Anthurium. This is Magnificum crossed with Luxurians. I blanked out there for a second. So the reason I'm repotting him is because he dries out very, very quickly and it's getting harder and harder to keep up. As you can see, he's in a tiny little thing, planted pretty much only in Flupelstratum, and he has some moss on top to help me identify when he dries out and needs to be watered again, because this will lighten in color as it dehydrates. And he is going to be going in this vase right here. It's a plastic vase, a little bit lighter, which makes me feel a lot better with my glass shelving. So yeah, I'd like to propagate this guy, but he grows very compact, so yeah, he needs to be repotted. So let me initially take off this moss. So if you look at that right there, the moss was actually activating those roots on top, and those roots down there. That means bigger root system, bigger plant, as you can see. All right, and when they're root bound, they're hard to get out of these things. Also, these damn jars have like a lip to them, so it's even more difficult to take it out. I might have to just like... God, don't break any of the leaves. So I made the unfortunate decision to cut into his home, which is a shame because I like to reuse these, but he was just way too root bound and I was hearing roots crack. So I did not want to break more roots than I needed to. And we're gonna put this in here. My God, his leaves are just obnoxious. Okay. Ugh, okay. And I just added some tree fern fiber around the edges. I'm doing this kind of hastily because I just want to get it done. I'd like to do a little doctor's appointment check-in on this pathetic little tiny Tim. This is my Anthurium Dressleri, and I just want to show you guys, after saving it when it had just one little leaf left, it decided to put out another one. This little guy just keeps trying, but the thing is, I don't see the roots anymore. So I'm just at a point now where, like, if it dies, it dies. By the way, the reason he looks like he's in an oxygen chamber, oh no, not an oxygen chamber, an iron lung, or an oxygen chamber, is because he kept rotting. He kept rotting, so I had to have his base, or his, like, chunk out in the open so it wouldn't rot. But also, like, his roots were trying to it was just a whole mess. So, yeah, let's just open this up. And if he's doing fine, I'll probably just take him back down. But I just want to see, like, what is going on here. Okay. Because if he's doing good, I won't touch him, but I don't know. There's also, like, grass growing. Like, what the hell is this? I am not here to grow grass. So there's a root. Look, there's his root. No, that's a root. That's a root. Because, yeah, see, he's sideways. Do you guys see how he's freaking sideways? Oh, there's a root right there. So, yeah, like, he's like, doing well. So, like, I'd be a fool to change his setup, so I'm not going to. So I'm literally just going to take off this old tape. I'm going to put that moss back. Oh, look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Can I prop him up like a little bit like that? Get this stupid grass out of here. Grass just grows everywhere. Like in your sphagnum moss. I mean, literally just grass growing in my terrarium randomly. It's like, excuse me, I didn't put you there. And I'm gonna put in just a little bit more moss. He's Tiny Tim, so just a little bit. That's probably even too much. Oh my God, that sounds like an atrocity. It makes that sound when it's low, when it's like pushing out air and it needs to be refilled. It just sounds like a screaming child. Okay. Yeah, like, can I prop him up a little bit so he like grows normally now? Oh, the fluval stratum, guys. The fluval has saved so many plants of mine. By the way, if anyone remembers when I highlighted him from plants that I brought back from the dead, that video, and he was looking so well, he didn't just like keel over and die. I had him in my terrarium. If anyone remembers, I had him planted in the terrarium and he was not doing well, so I had to take him out. Yeah, not everything takes, and I honestly shouldn't have, because here's the thing, guys. These things are so expensive, and I was given this as a gift. Was it a gift? Or it was like a trade / gift? It was a very generous trade, actually, I think. Anyway, so yeah, it's like I really want this guy to grow and be the big, beautiful boy that he is destined to be if he decides to live, which he might not. I don't know. This is something else, guys. I think I'm gonna have to do it a little bit differently. I think I'm gonna have to do it on the side as opposed to like over the top like I initially did. I'm talking, you guys have no idea like what I'm saying. Guys, I wanna do it over the top and not on the side. It's like, Jake, what are you even talking about? Listen, it makes sense in my head, so listen to what I'm thinking, okay? Okay, so now he's no longer, God, I hate that noise. He's no longer in the iron lung. But what if I do this, and I still want him to have high humidity in there, but I don't want to put him in a high humidity vessel because that's how he rotted in the first place. So I don't want to put him in like a little greenhouse or anything. So yeah, I think I'm literally just gonna do this. This is so weird. This is so weird. If plants had eyes, and they all just woke up in my apartment and was like, what the hell? Even like these guys up here, it's like, you put us in a cabinet! Muhahaha. There we go. I'm just like a mad scientist at this point. But do you kind of see how like, whatever. You know what? Anyway. Listen, it makes sense to me. And I'm just taking you guys along for the chaotic ride. And I'm gonna use this tape to clean up some of that loose fluval. And then I'll send the Roomba to get all this crap. And there we go. So yeah, now he's gonna go back into the grow tent, which doesn't really give him any humidity or anything. It's just where all my ugly babies go. No offense, Tiny Tim, but you know, look at yourself. Like I said, if you had eyes, I think you would understand why. Like I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, you know? Like this is why you look like this. Because you look like this, so now I need to make you look like this. You feel me? Get your shit together. Okay, so we're over here. I have a whole bunch of crap on the ground that I will not even show you because it looks horrifying. But yeah, I have a lot of plants on the ground because I wanted to put my Vandas in here because they kept drying out too quickly in the grow tent. And I kind of want them to rebloom and to do well. And the Vandas that I have in here and the other orchids are doing really well. So I kind of want to just throw all my orchids in here that are not potted, like, you know, my other ones that are doing well in like sphagnum moss and like they're fine outside of high humidity. But I kind of want to just set these guys and forget about them because I like them, but you know, Vandas, they're kind of much because they like to be bare root. They like to have a lot of water, but then also dry out, and it's a whole thing. So they can be a little difficult potted. So yeah, I've tried it, and it hasn't really been doing well for my watering schedule. So yeah, I just took the last, oh god, maybe like an hour or something. So I have these 3 Vandas right here. You can kind of see, it might be a little bit blasted, but there's 1, 2, 3 Vandas there. I'm trying to make it kind of orderly. And then over here, I think I'm gonna have a little cluster of the Phalaenopsises. You know, because like I want this to look wild and natural, but I also don't want it to look like totally chaotic where you can't see things and appreciate them. So maybe like a little bit of hidden order in there that I can kind of get away with. I'm gonna try to do it. So yeah, let's get to work. I think I am done for today with that. Now let's just water everything, clean up the mess that is at my feet, and call it. By the way, the reason I don't have an irrigation system in here or like sprinklers or anything is because I really want to get in all those nooks and crannies myself. I don't want a space to go dry from neglect because the water's channeling somewhere else and things dry up and die, because that will easily happen in here. Certain areas will get really dry, certain areas will get too wet, so I like to have control over how much of it gets watered and where it gets watered. Oh. All right, let's clean up the mess.